the observers, along with Rekha Gupta and 2 others, will be heading to the LG office to stake claim to form the next government. This is, of course, a matter of protocol or process. And then the Lieutenant Governor will be extending that invitation for Rekha Gupta to take oath tomorrow at Ram Leela Maidan. The preparations, of course, began 2 days ago. Amitabh Tiwari, we have been discussing the significance of this name, the messaging which is on this name, the gender and caste balancing that the BJP is doing. But keeping in mind the next big election, which is in Bihar, what do you think the BJP is telling?
No, I think in Bihar, the BJP feels that it is perhaps on a stronger wicket. We've seen also that the Lalu Prasad Yadav has been asking or requesting Nitish Kumar to join the alliance, which shows that the Mahagathbandhan is probably on a weaker footing in that state. And this sends a message to the larger Baniya community across the country. In Bihar also, there is a significant 5 to 7%.
Kailash Gehlot, one of the party functionaries of the BJP, speaking. Let's listen in.
Well, Kailash Gehlot is with me, sir. How big is this decision to elect a woman chief minister for Delhi?
I think it's a wonderful and very bold decision. और मुझे पूरा यकीन है कि with the guidance and leadership of honorable PM, रेखा जी जो है as फीमेल सीएम दिल्ली में बहुत बढ़िया काम करेंगी।
सर, और कोई भी डिसीजंस लिए गए इस बैठक में? किस तरीके से पूरी चर्चा चली?
नहीं, केवल सीएम के ऊपर ही डिस्कशन हुआ और यूनानिमसली जो है उनको चुना गया।
सुषमा स्वराज के बाद अब दिल्ली को एक महिला मुख्यमंत्री,
चौथी महिला मुख्यमंत्री दिल्ली को मिलने जा रही हैं, उसके बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
So that was Kailash Gehlot, who was earlier with the Aam Aadmi Party and now a BJP leader. There are all the newly elected MLAs now coming outside the BJP state headquarters. The big giant, another big giant who defeated Manish Sisodia, sir. इतना बड़ा फैसला महिला मुख्यमंत्री को चुनना?
अरे वो तो जो मोदी जी की आत्मा है ना, उसमें रूह है भगवान की। जो फैसला आया है, पूरा कार्यकर्ता एकजुट हो गया दिल्ली का, क्योंकि पहली बार MLA बनने पर उनको ये जो मुख्यमंत्री बनाया महिला को, और उसमें काबिलियत है। जो मोदी जी के हमारे काम, जो मोदी जी के ने गारंटी पे गारंटी दी है, अमित शाह जी ने जो मैनिफेस्टो भेजा है, हम उसको घर घर पहुँचाएंगे और घर घर जाके लोगों के काम करेंगे, लोगों की सेवा करेंगे, जिससे कि मोदी जी की गारंटी पूरी हो।
अच्छा सर, आपने तो काम किया हुआ है रेखा गुप्ता जी के साथ भी पहले, और दिल्ली के अंदर काफ़ी सक्रिय रही हैं। कितने बदलाव आपको लगता है वो एज अ लीडर ला सकती हैं और क्यों उनको चुना गया?
देखो, पता क्या है, सबसे बड़ी बात ये है कि हमने मोदी जी का जो गारंटी पे गारंटी है, हमको वो ऑनलाइन होगा तो अपने दफ्तर में जहां हमारा ऑफिस बनेगा वहां पर जंगपुरा बी में किसी के 200-300 रुपया खर्च नहीं होने देंगे। जो कैफे वाले के पास जाके खर्च करते हैं, पता है ना, 500-500 भी लेते हैं। हम अपने दफ्तर में लोगों को अपने जो सेक्रेटरी बनाएंगे, जो भी महिला आएगी, जो मोदी जी के काम है, चाहे महिलाओं के लिए है, चाहे पुरुष के लिए है, चाहे बुजुर्ग सीनियर सिटी, उनके फार्म भरेंगे और उनको ऑनलाइन होगा तो ऑनलाइन की सुविधा देंगे, अगर फार्म भरे जाएंगे तो फार्म की सुविधा।
काफी सवाल, कुछ डिसीजंस भी लिए गए इस और बैठक में। स्पीकर का अनाउंसमेंट क्या हुआ, डिप्यूटी सीएम का क्या अनाउंसमेंट?
नहीं, और देखो, कहा है ना, जो हाईकमान फैसला करेगी। हम तो कहते हैं मोदी जी जिंदाबाद। मोदी जी ने जो करके दिखाया, मोदी जी ने जो डिसीजन लिया, हम उस पर फूल चढ़ाएंगे। और
here you heard from another giant killer who defeated.
You will get us the 3 proposers, any of the 3 proposers as well, on air soon. It's really interesting that 3 people whose name was also in the reckoning for the Chief Minister's chair, which included Vijayendra Gupta, who is Parvesh Verma and Satish Upadhyay, the former BJP chief. All 3 of them were proposers in this particular case for Rekha Gupta. What a fascinating story it is playing out here. Geeta, but you please continue. You were making a point.
Yeah, Maria, I was saying that, while it is definitely welcoming that, Delhi is now getting a woman chief minister, but at the same time, we must also take this into consideration that that is not the only reason for which, she is today going to be, she has been announced as the chief minister of Delhi. It is because it is a well-deserved, well-earned position. She has, proved her mettle as a leader in terms of serving different positions, party positions, organizational positions, and also in terms of winning elections. So today, she is first among equals because she very much, deserved it in terms of her hard work and the work that she has done at various positions in Delhi. So, and I think that when now she is going to take the oath and run the government, there are going to be comparisons drawn between her and her predecessor, who was also incidentally a woman, that is Atishi ji, and their functioning and how in Aam Aadmi Party, when Atishi ji was made the chief minister, how is it that the way she functioned, and was it that she was just the face and it was being the Delhi secretariat was being run from somewhere else? That is something also, these kind of comparisons are going to be drawn. And I think as Tiwari ji was mentioning that there are going to be challenges. Yes, there are going to be challenges because for the last 1 decade, Aam Aadmi Party's functioning of Delhi was something that, the kind of disaster in terms of infrastructure, in terms of the roads in the city, in terms of, we saw how many young lives we lost during the monsoon season.
Yes.
During the coaching climate.
That's right. Lots of concerns that have been there regarding infrastructure, crumbling infrastructure, the concerns which have been there regarding, pollution, all that. So Rekha Gupta has a lot of task ahead, a clear task or to-do list clearly. Delhi is really not the showcase capital of the fastest growing economy right now, Rakesh Sinha, and that certainly is a matter of huge concern. But I think the messaging in a woman chief minister of Delhi is huge, because the role of someone like her will send a message not only for the BJP cadres, but it's also opening the doors for other BJP workers as well. So I think the BJP pick in getting the gender right, and also it may have just got the caste right in this particular case.
This decision, particular decision, particularly for the Delhi state, the women chief minister, is very significant for the country, because this is the post passing of the bill, the women reservation bill, which is Matri Shakti Bandhana bill, that was passed by Narendra Modi's government. He ensured that this bill should be passed, because for the last 2.5 decades, there had been discourse on this bill that women should get reservation, and those who were debating, in fact, they were betraying the women's cause. Prime Minister ensured that anyhow this bill must be passed in a time-bound manner. After that, this decision has been taken. This shows that Prime Minister's concern for the this is egalitarian society, where women activists should get proper and dignified place in the governance. One thing very important is that common workers who are defined as common workers, they are not common workers. They have uncommon qualities, but their qualities remain unexamined, unexplored. This regime in the Viksit Bharat, yani new era of Narendra Modi's era and Nehruvian era, there is a difference. Then it was a politics based on elites. Only those who get name, fame, and the big signboard, they were considered as the holders of the big positions. Now, it is not the case. Anyone who has capability, and dedication for the cause will get the chance. And this has been proved not in one case, it is not exceptional case. It is a general rule now in BJP. Second thing is that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's welfare measure has a very, very strong impact on the country's people, particularly women, villagers, tribals, Dalits, and marginalized people, which includes all the even so-called minorities community. This requires that double engine government. When there is a compatibility between the center and state, the development takes place for the benefit of the people. When there is a confrontation and there is a political rivalries that damages, which we have seen in the case of Delhi and we are seeing in the case of Punjab. Therefore, I consider that for a particular capital city like Delhi, where there will be compatibility, that's why I say that here there will be collective governance. All party workers, this is a kind of melting pot where the caste, community, regionalism and linguistic, all things get through the melting pot, and a common worker becomes the leader of the party in governance and their compatibility. Last thing, that you find that in West Bengal or Punjab and Delhi, the state governments have stopped many welfare measures of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi because they are afraid that after the implementation of these measures, their politics of negationism would be self-sabotage. It was self-sabotaging. Now this will erode. Now under Rekha Gupta, the Delhi government would follow the welfareist measures, and the case of Jamuna is very important. You see how Jamuna was a kind of not a climate discourse, it was turned into a political discourse. The pollution of Jamuna, pollution of the Delhi city. Every time we had debate on the pollution of Delhi city, we are all victims of this pollution. So these are the challenges. I think the government led by Rekha Gupta would successfully go through these challenges, and I think the BJP
right,
is a
Rakesh
roadmap.
Thank you
It is
so
not
much
the
for
BJP
joining us.
without roadmap.
I would request all of the panelists to continue to be with us. Rekha Gupta will be the next Delhi Chief Minister. She will be the 4th woman Chief Minister of Delhi. BJP has played the big woman card in her selection. There were 3 proposers to her name, which included Vijendra Gupta, Parvesh Verma and Satish Upadhyay. All of them were contenders for the top chair of Delhi. She will, of course, have huge shoes to fill in terms of the women chief ministers that the national capital has seen, in Sheila Dikshit, in Sushma Swaraj, and also recently in Atishi. Let me go back to the guests who are joining us. Rashid Kidwai, a word on Sheila Dikshit, and she's serving as the Delhi chief minister, you know, the grand aunt of Delhi, as she was called.
Yes, I think she started off very well. She was a surprise pack and, back-to-back victories and all. But at the end, her political instincts were, became quite jaded, and she lost her own election. And the Congress, became so distinct that since then, the Congress has been drawing zero. Coming back to, Rekha Gupta, Maria, a lot of your panelists are saying that, there is so many good things about her. I wonder what it took, the BJP, if she was ticking all boxes, for 10 days of, deliberation and consultation and suspense. If Rekha Gupta was such an obvious choice, they should have chosen in the day one. And second
Rashid, I have a point here. As a journalist who has covered the party, secrecy and suspense is what they thrive in. So they were happy doing it.
And one more thing.
And they took time.
Maria, women are 50% of country's population. The BJP and its allies are in power in 21, places, 21 states. Mr. Modi has been Prime Minister for 11 years. See, there is I don't see any reason of gloating over the fact that there's been a, first woman chief minister from the BJP side. Mamata Banerjee has already been there, 3 terms.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is,
so we have the first reaction coming in from the CM-elect, Rekha Gupta, who has put out that tweet where she's saying, I express my heartfelt gratitude to all the top leadership for trusting me and entrusting me with the responsibility of the post of Chief Minister. This trust and support of yours has given me new energy and inspiration. I pledge that I will work with full honesty, integrity and dedication for the welfare, empowerment and overall development of every citizen of Delhi. I am fully committed to this important opportunity to take Delhi to new heights. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that gender part is very important, of course, but not that it always works. In case of, Sushma Swaraj ji, it, boomerang because BJP lost power within, weeks of her appointment as chief minister. Look at the case of Atishi also, it didn't work. So what I'm saying is we need to wait and watch whether this thing is going to work or not. The BJP
No,
is
but
putting lot of
Rashid,
it.
to say that a woman chief minister may not work is really a wrong assumption here.
No, I'm not saying
that can
I'm
be
saying
about
it took BJP 11 years.
any chief minister. Everybody has to be given at least 100 days in office to decide whether he or she is suited or not suited.
I'm sure she will. I'm sure, Maria, she will do very well. She may surpass even Sheila Dikshit's record. That I'm not saying. I'm saying the BJP is gloating over, the BJP spokespersons and supporters are gloating over the fact that there is a, Nari Shakti, a woman chief minister. I am saying it took them, 11 years since BJP came to power at center. The BJP is in power and it's allied in 21
Geeta,
states.
the point
One
being
state,
made here,
50%.
The point being made here by Rashid, of course, we have the new plaque on air, which is double engine of Chief Minister in Rekha Gupta, and of course she'll be sworn in tomorrow, and Prime Minister Modi, that will be in play, but at play here. But the point being made by Rashid, one may say that that's a valid criticism. It's coming late, but nevertheless it's coming, appointment of this nature is always welcomed. Please go ahead. Geeta.
Well, Maria, Rashid ji is a very senior journalist, and with all due respect to him, I think there is a little, misogynistic approach in questioning whether Rekha Gupta ji deserves to be the chief minister and why it has taken so long. You see, I think every political party has an internal working system, and they have a right to take time in deciding who is going to be, to be the leader of a particular state or union territory. And that is what the time was taken. In between. The Prime Minister was also not in the country. He had gone abroad. So there were many factors. And as I was mentioning, it is important to note this, that she is definitely, it is a landmark decision in a way by the BJP Parliamentary Committee and its members, that a woman has been chosen as the chief minister. But at the same time, I mentioned, it is not just because she is a woman, but she has, it is well-deserved position. She has worked for umpteen number of years as a karyakarta for the party, has held many positions, organizational positions, party position, as well as she has proved her mettle being a political leader, winning elections. She has been a long-term councillor also, and yes, she also faced a defeat also in one of the elections. So she is a seasoned political leader who I think we all must be happy about it, that there is going to be now a new government which is going to put Delhi on track in terms of its infrastructure, in terms of providing civic amenities to the people of this city, which was for the last decade. There has been a dearth of such initiatives. There has been too much of noise about doing advertisement, about doing things, but nothing happening on the ground. And for example, I would like to tell here that in University of Delhi, 12 of its colleges, which were 100% funded by Delhi government, the faculty and the non-teaching staff, they were getting their salary almost 3 to 4 months, in due course. Imagine, some people had to take out money from their provident fund accounts for their day-to-day needs. This kind of, inhuman, such violation of human rights was taking place. So there are many aspects where you look at the hospitals. They in a decade they could not even make 3 of the hospitals which were announced by Sheila Dikshit ji functional in 10 years. They could not even do that. So they, all this is going to come to an end, and I'm sure that the new team is going to ensure that they are going to live up to the expectations of the people of Delhi who have voted them in power.
Okay. In fact, Home Minister Amit Shah has put out his reaction as well. In fact, if I were to read that, and I would ask the producer to put that on the television screens as well. I extend my congratulations and best wishes to Mrs. Rekha Gupta ji on being elected the leader of the BJP Legislative Party. I have full faith that you will work with the dedication in the direction of the resolution taken by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji to make Delhi one of the top capitals of the world. I am confident that the BJP government under your leadership will work day and night to fulfill the hopes and expectations with which the mothers and sisters of Delhi have blessed the BJP. I think that underscoring Amitabh Tiwari of the point of the role of the woman voter here.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I agree with Geeta ji that it's not the only factor which has helped her to become the CM, because she's risen up the ranks, has more than 30 years of experience in politics. But with, and Rashid ji's point, you can say, der aaye durust aaye. I mean, when we have 50% voters and we had only one chief minister from the women folk across the country in a union of 30 states, I mean, we need more women participation, not only in politics, but even them occupying higher positions like the chief minister or a deputy chief ministers. So it's a good decision in that sense. And why it took long is also that the fact that there were senior leaders and also a giant killer who were equally good claimants, and the party perhaps took a lot of time to weigh on the various pros and cons. And we'll have to wait and see how this helps the BJP in future elections. You talked about Bihar. In Bihar, the women
it's
are a
essentially
good
about sending a message. They may have got the messaging right, but the larger implications will be about assessment in future. So thank you so much for joining us, Geeta Bhatt, Rashid Kidwai and Amitabh Tiwari on this broadcast. We have Aishwarya, who is from the BJP office, Delhi BJP office. He is with us as well. So Aishwarya, so all the leaders have now gone to the Lieutenant Governor's home to stake claim to form the government. That's part of the process, I would say. And then the Lieutenant Governor will invite Rekha Gupta to take oath tomorrow. What sources are telling me is that it will be Chief Minister plus 6. All caste, the Baniya caste, the Punjabi Khatris and the Dalits. These are important constituencies which have played a role in BJP's victory. All of them will find a representation in the Council of Ministers.
Well, certainly, because Bharatiya Janata Party gained votes from all sections of society this time, be it the Jat community or the Baniya community, or for that matter, the Punjabi community as well. And therefore, the reason perhaps in this 6 ministers who would be taking oath apart from the chief minister, there would be, a combination of all the caste that we could see, perhaps the senior leadership and the young newly elected MLAs would also get a chance, but probably all of these 6 would be, the top leaders. The Home Minister of the country has already indicated that the central leadership will be in coordination of the state government, will take the national capital to its glory, and will make Delhi, as promised, the top capitals of the world as well. Certainly, it is after the Legislative Party meeting, the newly elected leaders have gone to LG House to stake claim for the new government, and tomorrow it would be the grand oath-taking ceremony that will take place. But now the entire timeline has come out as to how Rekha Gupta had been elected as the Legislative Party leader. First, it was, of course, these three,
as someone who has covered the BJP,
MLAs.
as someone who has covered the BJP, and I'm sure all of us, the beat reporters, we have been to the BJP Delhi office. We have seen Rekha Gupta in action. We have seen how diligent she was and how she took the entire state unit along. I think one of the factors that worked for Rekha Gupta, of course, besides her gender playing out in her advantage, it was also her ability to make that unit, which was otherwise a divided house, into appear as a cohesive unit.
Well, and Bharatiya Janata Party certainly wants to make the organization more stronger in the national capital. After Vijender Sachdeva, who took as the president of the Delhi state unit, it was, of course, the organizational strength which was on major focus. But Rekha Gupta, from the grassroots level and from the student level politics to, having good coordination with the central command as well, led things went on her way, apart from, of course, the gender, the female, chief minister that now the Delhi and the national capital will get. And certainly these all positives were on the side of Rekha Gupta as far as her election as the chief minister is concerned. And as I was speaking to many of the newly elected MLAs and the MPs as well, they were clearly stating that this appointment will give new strength to the organization and will have a better coordination with just not the Lieutenant Governor in Delhi but also the central leadership, because Rekha Gupta has all of these qualities in her to take Delhi forward under her leadership.
All right, Ash, thank you so much for joining us and sharing all the details from BJP office. That's all from me. We have Vishnu Shom right here in the studio.
29 years ago, I was covering her when she was a very strong ABVP leader. She was the president of the Delhi University Students Association. Now to see Rekha ji become chief minister of Delhi, it is fantastic. She was a fantastic speaker then. That's what I remember. And now hopefully a strong administrator. All of that coming up after this short break on Left, Right and Centre.